You don't need to know your porosity to grow long hair. You don't need to know your porosity to have moisturized hair. None of it is important. Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shmama, and on this channel we share all things hair and lifestyle. As you've seen from the title, in today's video we're going to be talking about porosity. Yeah. We're going there. It's a topic that I have seen for years and I have just totally stayed away from. We're going to talk about porosity and the fact that it is not important for you to know your porosity in order to grow long, healthy hair. Yep, I said it. I know all the porosity police are gonna come get me, but hear me out. For years, I have seen the porosity talk. I mean, it's been around for years and years. And it's just something that, I don't know, I never really took to it. You know, I did the test, you know, the porosity test that everybody suggests that you wash your hair and then you use I'm not sure whether you pull out hair from your scalp or hair that has already fallen out whilst washing, and you put it in the clean, is it lukewarm water, and if it sinks to the bottom immediately, then it means you're high porosity. If it stays at the top, then your low porosity, and then if it's, you know, goes to the middle, then your normal porosity. But when I did this test, I just could not bring myself to see any validity in it. I'm not sure whether it's the scientist in me, but it's like every experiment has controls. So I'm thinking, what's really controlling this experiment? Like, there's no one thing that everybody is doing that's going to make sure that the results that everybody is getting is correct. How do we know that? So that's why I just totally threw that experiment in the bin or whatever it is. And it's always been one of the questions that when people ask me, I don't really answer, because I'm just like, I don't know. Because when I did do the test, it came up as high porosity, but I don't trust it. So it's really one of the topics that I've just avoided. I've done nothing with it. I have not followed any advice from the porosity gurus, and my hair has thrived over and over again over the years, and I have not once concerned myself with the porosity of my hair. But I will tell you one thing that I have done. But before that, let's get into what porosity is for those of you who do not know. So porosity is the hair's ability to absorb moisture and also retain moisture and products. So that's what porosity is. Your porosity is determined by the structure of the outer layer of your hair, and those are the cuticles. So if your cuticles are laying very flat and close to each other as a roof or the scales of a fish, then you are most likely low porosity. But if those cuticles are slightly lifted, then your normal porosity. And if they're really lifted, which is where a lot of the frizzy hair comes from, then you have high porosity. People also who have low porosity will generally have shinier hair, because when all the cuticles are laid flat, light can reflect off it easier than high porosity hair that has holes and also lifted cuticles. So the cuticles open to absorb moisture and then they close to keep it in. So if you have high porosity, you're able to absorb moisture into your hair very quickly, but then you're also able to lose that moisture equally quickly out of your hair because your scales do not lie down. When you have low porosity, it's harder to absorb moisture, but once it gets into your hair, it's locked in. So that's the benefits of low porosity and high porosity. So the hair's porosity of a person is generally determined by their genetics, but there are other things that can also affect your porosity. So when you chemically treat your hair, that affects your porosity. If you had low porosity before, you would then end up with more porous hair because the chemicals would have lifted those cuticles. So heat treated, chemically treated, any kind of treatment that affects the structure of the hair, you might end up with high porosity hair. So in my opinion, porosity is only a concern when your hair is chemically treated, colored, or anything else that's just not the normal state of your hair. So now that we know what porosity is based on what the experts are saying, porosity is also one of the hair typing systems. So there's the porosity, there's density, there's pattern, and there's width. But what has happened is that people have just become so obsessed with porosity to the point where the gurus are saying that if you want long, healthy hair, you need to absolutely know your porosity and you need to follow a certain routine for someone who has low porosity. And that's what I have a problem with, because I have never concerned myself with porosity, yet my hair thrives, right? Has porosity helped someone figure out how to care for their hair? Someone who had no clue? Yes. Can you also go without ever knowing your porosity and still have hair that thrives? Yes. So how do we go about doing that? And the answer is to just learn your own hair. Listen to your hair, address your hair's issues, be responsive to your hair and all its issues as they arise. That's it. If your hair is dry, moisturize it. If your hair needs a bit more moisture than a moisturizer, you deep condition on wash day. Does your hair feel a little bit limp? Does it feel weak? Does it need strengthening? Do a protein treatment. I think that's really the way to care for your hair without having to know any of these other things or to overcomplicate it, by just listening to your hair and being responsive to it, to what it's telling you as it's happening, and just doing what you need to do to fix those issues. That's it. It's really that simple, and that's what I have always done. Another thing that I also believe is that a lot of these people who are claiming to be low porosity and talking about how low porosity doesn't need protein and retete, I feel like most of these people probably just need a good clarifying shampoo. Some of you people are still using conditioner to wash your hair. It's 2024. Why are you using conditioner to wash your hair? You really have no reason to be using conditioner to wash your hair or to be co-washing. Just wash your hair, get all the buildup out, use a clarifying shampoo to cleanse your hair so that you get rid of all that gunk, the product buildup, so your product and moisture have a chance to actually penetrate your hair. I feel like most of you people who are claiming low porosity actually just need a good clarifying session. I'm not even gonna lie. That's what I believe. So So yeah, I don't know what else to say. So let's clarify our hair. Yes, don't be scared of your hair drying out and your natural oils being stripped out and all these other stuff. That's why we have deep conditioners, to replace whatever the shampoo is gonna wash off. I'm one person, I am never scared to use any shampoo. Give me any shampoo, I will use it, because I know that I can rectify any damage that the shampoo can do to my hair with a deep conditioner or a good conditioner. I'm never scared of a shampoo. I have been using sulfate shampoos. I have used sulfate-free shampoos. I don't care. Whatever shampoo I find is the shampoo I will use. I don't care about shampoos at all. What I really care about is moisturizing products. My deep conditioners, my moisturizing leave-in conditioners. Those are the things that I care about, because I feel like that's where it really matters. Just wash your hair and make sure your hair is clean, and it's the best foundation for your products to penetrate. And if you're claiming low porosity, if you wash your hair, you're giving your hair the chance to accept these products, and once the products are in, that's it. They're locked in and you're done. You don't have to do all these other things that everybody's doing, saying you don't need protein treatment. Everybody needs a protein treatment. If this one type of protein treatment doesn't work for you, this other one might work for you. We all just have to get into the habit of doing the things that work just for us. Just because a certain type of protein works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You might have to figure it out for yourself. So let's stop all this madness about the obsession about porosity. Fair enough, follow all these porosity stuff if it's working for you, but I'm just here to say that you actually don't need to. You just need to wash your hair. Listen to your hair, address your hair's issues as they arise. Just be responsive instead of being reactive, ignoring your hair until after it breaks off, then you're like, oh snap, my hair's falling out, what do I do? We need to be responsive. That's it. Unless you have a chemical treatment or anything along those lines that alters the natural structure of your hair, I don't actually think that you need to worry about porosity at all. But that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and yeah, I shall see you in my next video. Bye.